Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us on the ASEA VIA training webinar. I am joined by the Global Vice President of Marketing, Becky Cox. We are so excited to be sharing information with you about the ASEA VIA line as introduced at our global convention. We have 3 products to talk to you about tonight: VIA Source, VIA Biome, and VIA Life Max. Becky, thank you so much for being with us. We're so excited for you to share information about what these products can do for each and every one of us. The time is yours.
It's my pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me, Karen. I'm excited to talk about these products. I was excited at convention, even more excited after the gracious welcome and reception that we got at convention from our associates, who also seemed excited. So I think everybody's just looking forward to, first of all, the benefits that they themselves are going to have from taking these products, and then also from their ability to share them with others and to help them also kind of attain the benefits that are available from these products. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right in. A lot of material to cover, and I just want to get as much as possible in so that you can get your questions answered. Before I start, though, I just want to let everybody know that these exact slides have been sent to our web team, and they will be posted sometime in the next 24 hours to the virtual office under presentations. So don't worry about trying to get screenshots or anything like that. We'll have all of this available for you. This is the US version, so this will be posted in the US virtual office, but as quickly as we can, we'll have these reviewed for regulatory, translated and rolled out into the other markets. So hopefully that takes a little bit of stress off people's minds as they're listening to this presentation. So let's go ahead and get started. So I want to start out with just an outline of what we're going to talk about. We're going to go through each of the products and talk about kind of what the product is and why it's unique and special. Then I want to talk about benefits and features. And then I have some key ingredient callouts just on some of the ingredients that I think are really cool and different and kind of on the front edge of where the nutritional supplements industry is going. So I also talk about usage a little bit so people have an idea. Really the way you use the products, the dose should be more or less the same for most people, but the way you use them can be somewhat personalized. And so I want to address that as well. So let's go ahead and jump in. First, we're going to talk about Source. And I know that we did a pre-launch event with Source, but you can see here that this Source looks a little bit different than the one that we're used to. This is a new version of Source, and it's has a few updates since the pre-launch version that most of you are currently taking. First and foremost, you can see it has a different look and feel from the standpoint of the packaging. It's in our new beautiful custom bottle. And for those of you who haven't had a hands-on experience with these products so far, these are really beautiful bottles. The top of each lid has a custom debossed V logo. Incidentally, I don't know how many of you have noticed this, but if you turn the VIA V upside down, you get an A, and it's the same proportions and angles as our ASEA A. And in some of those patterns you can see on the bottle, if you take 6 of them, you can see that there's a hex. So we really tried to tie this in a graphic way into our existing brand, just the way the product functions and ties together with our ASEA Redox product. So we hope we created some harmony, both from the visual standpoint and from the benefits that you will receive from taking these 2 lines of products together. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit more about Source. So some of this will be review for those of you that are already taking the pre-launch product. It hasn't changed much. VIA Source, I hate to say that it's a vitamin because it's so much more than that. It's a whole food and micronutrient complex. But what does that mean? It means a few things. It means it's food-based and it's a micronutrient supplement, not just a vitamin or a vitamin mineral product. That means it has things in addition to that. And it's formulated to provide optimal support for cellular health. It contains vitamins and minerals, yes, but also phytonutrients, organic superfoods. They're actually certified organic superfoods, some trace minerals, enzymes, and it features ASEA's proprietary BioVia Source complex, which delivers the necessary components to ensure maximum bioavailability of all of the nutrients that are found in this product. So let's talk a little bit about this. what makes VIA Source unique? Now, the next slide is going to have something that probably isn't very familiar to anyone unless they were at convention, the VIA Source Complex. And this is sort of when you refer to the product, when you look at the back of the label, when you're talking about it, the VIA Source Complex is really what makes it special and differentiates it from other products on the market. Each one of these new products that we're going to talk about has a BioVia complex. And each one of these complexes contains what's most special about the product, what's most differentiated, what's most unique. We have been talking about the BioVia complexes as alternately the secret sauce, the X factor. It's really what's different and interesting about these products. That's not to say that the other ingredients are not interesting. It's just that we tried to coalesce the most interesting bits into these complexes, and they're built to be functional for the products. So in the case of the BioVia Source Complex, this is the complex that helps to make sure that as you take these actual capsules into your body, that the nutrients inside of them make it into your bloodstream, make it into your body, and can actually make a difference for your overall health. And that may be different in Biome, it may be different in LifeMax. The purpose is different, right? You don't need an absorption complex for probiotics. There we want a balance complex. So each one of these complexes is different, but you'll know what to look for when you look for the ASEA BioVia complex. So the BioVia Source Complex, so that's the BioVia complex, obviously that's in Source, is a proprietary blend of 6 enzymes to ensure maximum absorption of Source's nutrients. So these enzymes are specially built together in a special proportion to ensure that they are doing the maximum amount of labor to kind of make sure these nutrients get absorbed into the bloodstream. Source, in addition to the BioVia Source Complex, Source contains nutrient-dense superfoods. So during the pre-launch period, we talked about this a little bit. A superfood is really any fruit or vegetable or plant that is densely populated with micronutrients, with phytonutrients. Some examples might be pomegranate or acai or mangosteen. Kale is a superfood. And so because we have such a small area, we have really what's in 2 capsules in the morning and 2 capsules in the evening. There's really not a lot of space in there. So for us, it was important, since we wanted to use whole foods, that we find the most densely full of nutrients. And so we used superfood extracts. We used only whole food form micronutrients. And that's important because nature doesn't deliver us vitamins or minerals in individual packages. We consume them in the form of mostly plants, fruits and vegetables, right? And these, they're called nutritional cofactors that we get, say from an apple. We don't just consume antioxidants from an apple. We're also getting some enzymes. We're also getting some fibers, and all of those work together in the body so that they're uptaken, and the byproduct of us processing them is neutralized properly and properly moved through our bodies in the way that's most beneficial for us. So it's important that we're not just getting like little, first of all, not synthetic, and second of all, nutrients in their whole food format. We've also included highly bioavailable sea vegetable minerals and a super cool bioactive vitamin B complex from a natural source. So let's keep talking. I know some of you are seeing some things that look a little bit different from your current source, and I'll address that in just a second. But before that, I wanted to walk through what the benefits of taking a product like Source might be. Now, many of you have had your own experiences. I got the opportunity to hear a lot of those positive experiences at convention. And I would just say to you, if you did have a great experience, share it with people. Because truly, you don't necessarily hear these kinds of stories from people that are taking, a vitamin mineral complex from their local, wholesale warehouse store. So benefits of Source: supports cellular health, general nutrition, and wellness throughout the body, aids in the assimilation of nutrients with the proprietary BioVia Source complex, and provides nutrient building blocks to work synergistically with ASEA redox. Now, I know there are a lot of devotees of our redox technology. And I actually think most people are here at the company because of our redox technology and our redox product. But there's more we can do once we have everything, once we have the body firing on all cylinders, so to speak. We still need to put the right fuel into it. So Source is providing the materials for the labor that ASEA Redox really provides in our bodies. And we wanted to leverage that. And we did that with many of the ingredients in these 3 products. So really good stuff here. I just wanted to call one story out that I have heard. I was speaking to one of you at convention, and the story that this person related to me was about one of his clients who was taking Via Source. She was nutrient deficient in a particular nutrient. And it was interesting. He said that when she started taking the product, her nutrient deficiency went away. Well, that was interesting to me because there was only a tiny, tiny amount of that particular nutrient in Via Source, which tells me that it wasn't necessarily the milligrams of the nutrient from Source that she was getting that were helping her. It was all the other things going on in her body from taking Source, for the, the cellular health that was going on, the assimilation of nutrients. If she was taking the product with food, that means the enzymes and the other properties of these nutrients were helping her to assimilate some of the nutrients that she was actually taking in anyway from her food. So really interesting things can happen when you get the body working in a healthy way. Let's talk for a second about features. Now, I put this slide up because these are the questions that we always get with these products. These are really, I think that they're important, but they're not the most important thing. But for me, when I'm choosing a product, these are, this is the base level. I can't really look at a product unless I checked all these boxes off. So I just wanted to I'm going to put this slide up there for each of the individual products, just so you don't have to email in and ask, is it vegan? Is it non-GMO? Incidentally, it's rare to find a vegan nutritional product. So that's a really cool thing about these. Gluten-free. We've been careful. Our capsules contain no SLS or SLES. Which, is a random fact that you probably don't know. We all avoid those things, sodium lauryl sulfate, in our shampoos, but they are commonly found in capsules that we take for nutritional products. So we've used only vegan capsules, and they have none of those things, SLS or SLES, in them. So really good stuff here. I won't spend a lot of time on that since we have a lot more stuff. So now I know many of you heard what I was saying previously about Source, and I just wanted to address some of the tiny changes that have happened with Source since the pre-launch version and the current version. And really they're very minor, and they were a result from feedback that we received from the field. The largest one that you're going to see is we've renamed the absorption complex. So we previously called it the BioAmplify absorption complex. We renamed it the BioVia Source absorption complex. So really, this change is because we have 3 products now, and we didn't want people to have to remember ASEA Via, the name Source, and then the individual, another separate name of whatever the special complex was. And so we just really wanted it to all be like BioVia is really the special something. So they each have a BioVia complex that's named for the name of the product. We did add 3 additional enzymes to the absorption complex. Our formulators were looking at it and felt like that would be additive, and we were excited about that, so we added those. Now, this is one that I've had quite a bit of feedback about. Those of you that have been taking Source know that it had a small amount of iron in it. And we were required by law to put a kind of scary iron warning on it. We had a lot of feedback from the field. Really, the amount of iron that was in the product was not enough for a therapeutic dose. So anyone who was looking for additional iron because they have a deficiency would still have to take another product. This wouldn't be enough. And that small amount that we were putting in there was causing us to have to put this giant warning on it. And then there is quite a bit of chatter right now about iron itself being in nutritional supplements. And so we just decided that the best course of action would be to remove it. So there is no longer iron in the product. Now, we also previously had a trace mineral blend that we got a lot of feedback on, some positive, some negative. And ultimately we found a better source for those trace minerals, and it was in another sea vegetable blend. So you'll remember that we have an algae that provides many of the minerals. It's actually a superfood. And we liked this story because it's another sea vegetable story. So these sea vegetables which contain highly bioactive and bioavailable trace minerals, was added to the certified organic food blend. So the difference on the label that you'll see is actually an addition of Irish moss, astaxanthin from microalgae. And then we removed the other trace mineral blend. So as far as nutrients, you don't really lose anything. It's just the source that changes. Now, this last bullet point I want to address before I get to the second to last. So in 2019, in 2017, the end of 2017, the Food and Drug Administration of the United States actually changed the law. ASEA is the law which tells us how we're supposed to build a nutritional supplement facts panel on a label. So it's the law for labeling nutritional supplements. So they announced changes in 2017. They gave us a grace period for 2018, and everyone's required to comply with the new nomenclature law by the end of 2019. So we took the opportunity to go ahead and make the shift. So one of the reasons you don't see the minerals listed down in the what was the BioAmplify blend, you will see them now just up in the supplement facts panel. That hasn't changed. The amounts hasn't changed at all. We're just required to list it up in that top section. Other than that, when you look at the panel, you may think you're seeing a lot of changes. All of the other changes are not reflective of changes in the formula. They are only reflective of changes in the way we are required to list the supplement facts. So for example, previously you might have seen 5,000 milligrams of one nutrient, and now it's going to be listed as 3,000 IUs. Exact same amount. They're asking us to measure it using a different measuring tool, and that's the way it's listed. So don't stress out, just a few tiny changes, but you will see a difference. Okay, let's move on. Okay, sorry, let's see if I can move on. Before we go on to biome, I just wanted to make one last comment about source. You probably know this if you've been taking it, but source contains 120 capsules, and the best way to take those is 2 in the morning and 2 in the evening with a meal. Always better to take micronutrients with food. It will help with any digestive upset. It helps with absorption. Just the best way to take those if you can remember. It's most important to take them all, 4 of them a day. If you are not someone who can be compliant in 2 doses, then take them all in the morning or all in the evening with food. It's better if you can split them up, but it's best of all to make sure you get all 4 of them in. Okay, so let's move on and talk about biome. You can see biome is in a slightly shorter bottle. Actually, LifeMax and biome are in the same size of bottle, and they each contain 90 capsules. Let's talk a little bit about what this biome is. We previously announced that it was going to be a probiotic product. And again, I think we're selling it short by calling it a probiotic. It's so much more than that. Let's talk about why. Biome is a robust full spectrum probiotic supplement. It has 16 different probiotic strains, 3 types of prebiotics, as well as an herb called slippery elm. And we'll talk more about each of those here in a second. As I mentioned, it contains our proprietary ASEA VIA biome complex, which is meant to provide an optimal environment in the gut to aid with the probiotic strains survival in the gut, and also to provide a good environment for the prebiotics. So that's a big deal. I'll talk more about that in just a second. Before I launch into the specific details of biome, I want to spend a second on what a probiotic is and what the benefits of probiotics in general are. So everybody in your digestive tract, we all as humans have a wide array of bacteria in the gut. And this group of bacteria, mostly good, there are some bad ones, but altogether that's known as the microbiome. And this is the hottest new area of research in the nutritional area. People are starting to understand that what goes on in your gut is actually reflective of your entire health, the health of the entire organism. So you'll even see, I mean, if you're interested, go Google microbiome. Like there's so much research. They're actually calling the gut your second brain because it's so important. And frankly, a lot of mental wellness is tied up in the wellness of your gut. I think many of us will understand that the problems that result from having a skewed microbiome can result in inflammation and a lot of these kind of autoimmune issues. But really the scope of how important our microbiome is, we cannot underestimate. So I just wanted to spend a second. There are lots of different kinds of probiotics. Probiotics are always the good ones, right? So what you want to do is make sure you have the good ones growing in your gut and that they kind of strangle out the bad bacteria. However, you can't really do that by throwing just a lot of one kind. The best way research is showing now to do that is to give your body consistent exposure to a wide array of good bugs or good microbes. And so that's what biome is meant to do. So I put together this slide. It's a little tongue in cheek, but I think it gets the point across. I don't know if you know this guy. He's got some problems. This is actually Justin Wilson, our colleague, Karen's and mine. Many of you will recognize him. He's our Senior Vice President of Global Sales for ASEA. Really great guy. I love working with him. He's dressed up here as Wolverine for one of the convention parties. But I thought he was a good case study to take a look at. So we're going to try and solve some of his problems with probiotics. Now, these are based on studies of probiotics, right? So this isn't studies of biome. This is what probiotics can do and what they've been studied for. And I'll just tell you straight up, I've only included 1 or 2 benefits per probiotic strain, but there are 20 to 30. I mean, really just lists of them. So let's go ahead and get started. So here's one of the strains in our product, Lactobacillus brevis. It supports dental health and may improve sleep. Like, who would have thought? That's so crazy, right? Lactobacillus bulgaricus and Bifidobacterium bifidum helps maintain a healthy inflammatory response. Lactobacillus casei helps maintain cellular health. Lactobacillus rhamnosus helps promote mental wellness, helps maintain healthy blood sugar. I think these for most people are probably kind of surprising. Lactobacillus lactis helps support skin health, promotes a healthy response to occasional seasonal discomfort. Bifidobacterium longum supports immune health. So I just want to kind of, this is such a superficial glance at what probiotics can do for you. Look over on the right, kind of in the middle. Bifidobacterium lactis helps maintain normal cholesterol levels, supports healthy inflammatory response. Oops, there's a typo. So these are, a wide array of benefits that you can get. And this is just from the probiotics. So when you look at biome, what I want you to see is that we have 16 different strains, and that is a real competitive advantage in the probiotics field. You don't see a lot of products that have such a wide array of different strains in them. Let's talk about what else makes VIA Biome unique. And here's again where I'm going to call out the BioVia Biome Complex. Provides an optimal environment in the gut for maximum efficacy and assimilation of biome's probiotic strains. So here's the thing. When you have something wrong in your body, if you're not perfectly healthy, a lot of times what happens is your gut gets out of balance. And sometimes that can be that it's, you have inflammation or you have another, issue in the gut. And all of that has an impact on these microbes and their ability to survive in the gut. And so the name of the game with the biome complex is to help create an environment where these probiotics can survive and where they can take root and where they can populate and repopulate so they strangle out the bad bacteria and do the good things that they're meant to do, perform those functions. So one of the ways we do that is we add prebiotics. So prebiotics, these are simple carbs that they all come from plants. And I'll talk more about one of them just to give you an idea here in a second, but essentially they act as food for the microbes in the gut. They nourish the microbes. So that's a big thing. Once the microbes are in there, you want them to be able to survive. Now, slippery elm is a plant, and it does something similar, only it helps to create a lining in the gut where these microbes can live. It's kind of like the house, and the prebiotics are kind of like the food. So we're not just giving you a bunch of microbes to swallow down into your gut. We're helping them have a place where they can survive and keep living. So that's on top of the 16 different strains of probiotics. And then another big benefit for this product in my mind is this daily use dose. So frequently what you'll see is you'll take a a probiotic, and it'll be one strain, Lactobacillus acidophilus, and it'll be the unit of measurement for probiotics is CFUs, colony forming units. And so what you'll frequently see is a daily dose of 50 billion CFUs or 30 billion CFUs. Well, that's a lot of microbes, but it's only one kind. And the number one reason that people go off of their probiotics is because they encounter gastrointestinal distress. So we call these giant dosages, we call those belly bombs. And studies show, current research shows that that is not the most effective way to help repopulate your gut with good microflora or to maintain a healthy balance of microflora in your gastrointestinal tract. So we have a smaller dose with a wider array of probiotics. And then we have also provided prebiotics and this slippery elm, again, which I'll talk about in just a second, to help make the environment hospitable so that more of the microbes that you're getting can kind of survive and proliferate in your gut. So this is a big deal. And this is kind of the very latest thinking on how probiotics work and how they're meant to be taken for maximum benefit. Okay, let's look at what the benefits of Biome are. Now remember that last slide with Justin/Wolverine, that was just probiotics. So I want to take a look at what the actual benefits of Biome are now. So of course you would expect from a product like this that it's going to soothe the digestive system. And we've known for a couple of decades now that that has a singular effect on supporting a healthy immune system. Also, latest research shows clear links in mental wellness and the state of your gut. It helps to support a healthy inflammatory response in the body, excuse me. And also can help the body assimilate vitamins and minerals from the diet. So that's also a big deal, right? When you're taking a nutrient or when you're deficient in a nutrient, this would be key to take with it. Supports a healthy response to stress. Again, circling back to this kind of mental wellness claim, helps the body maintain healthy lipid levels, which I think is a really big deal. A lot of chatter right now about kind of healthy BMI and healthy lipid levels with regard to probiotics. And then finally here, supports a healthy metabolism and healthy BMI, which is your body mass index and has to do with your weight to muscle to height to age ratio, and is kind of a key biomarker of overall health in the body. So great list of benefits. I think it's interesting. I always see these kinds of lists and go, how's it going to help me? And then I take it and realize, oh, it did, 3 of those, maybe I didn't have issues with some of them, so I don't notice. But this one, I can tell you, I have already had a significant benefit from. I'm not going to share it because it's a little bit personal, but a significant benefit from this product that I can only attribute to Biome. Features, again, here's the slide where you get to check all the boxes, cross the T's, dot the I's. I won't read through this, but you can take a look at it. And again, this will be posted, so don't feel like you have to remember or screenshot all these. This will all be online. In fact, it all already is online in the product information pages. It's already in there. So I just wanted to call out a couple of key ingredients here. You'll remember I referenced the slippery elm as an herb that is used to help with the lining of the gut. And here are some of the benefits of slippery elm. It actually comes from the elm tree that's all over North America and Western Canada. It supports mucus secretion in the gut, which is where these microbes live. Helps to improve gut lining integrity, so it keeps that kind of mucous membrane in place, and then helps to soothe the lining of the gut. GI distress is something that happens, from food and from a whole host of things. So this is a big deal to help keep that soothed and calm so that the microbes can survive and do their job. So excited about that one. Then you'll remember we have 3 prebiotics. I'm just going to talk about one of them. The first one, FOS, is fructoligosaccharide. Again, you'll remember I said it's a simple carbohydrate from a plant. It comes from a Jerusalem artichoke, which is actually in the sunflower family, I believe. Somebody at convention told me it's not in the artichoke family. I don't know why they call it that. But as I said, a naturally occurring simple carbohydrate. It's a complex soluble fiber that fertilizes or feeds or nourishes beneficial bacteria in the colon. So that's that's basically the definition of a prebiotic. This one's interesting because although it is a simple carbohydrate, it's very low on the glycemic index and helps to support healthy blood sugar levels. So you can actually buy an FOS supplement on its own, and people that struggle with maintaining healthy blood sugar levels will use this product as a natural support for their issues. So just a little bit about the stuff that's in that BioVia biome complex that I think is pretty exciting. Now this product, again, I think that's my last slide on this one. It is. So before we move away from biome, I just wanted to make a quick comment about usage on this one. So this is a 90 capsule bottle. We are always going to package in monthly quantities. So that's 3 per day that you would take of this. And probiotics is really kind of a field where not all the experts agree on how you should take them. There's a school of thought that you should take them with each meal as frequently as possible. And then there's a school of thought you should take them all before you go to bed so that they can work overnight. And really either of those is fine. And I think for a lot of people, you just kind of have to try and see what works best for you. For me, I think people that might have a significant digestive issue, they would probably be people that I think should be taking it on a regular basis. So I would opt in that case to take it as frequently as possible throughout the day. But again, the key here is to take all 3. If you're not someone who can remember to take them morning and night, then I would collapse them into 1 dose and take it when it's most convenient, because getting it in is more important than when. So really excited about this product. And we have great, I don't have pricing in this PowerPoint, but great prices on these products too. So let's move on. Let's talk about LifeMax. This is the 3rd product. I love this product so much. It's got so many awesome ingredients that I'm so excited about. Let's start off though at the beginning and talk about what it is, because we announced in the pre-launch that this would be a longevity product, and it is, but the way we've defined that is a little bit different. I think a longevity product puts you in mind of maybe an older demographic, helping people live longer, and really that's not the target. This is a product that is clearly for everyone. And the reason why is it's to help promote an active lifestyle and vitality. I don't care if I live until I'm 90, if for the last 20 years I can't remember who my husband is or who my children are, and I don't know which is what happened to my poor grandmother, the last 5 years of her life. She was afraid to let me leave because she didn't know how to get to the kitchen and the bathroom. So this is really something that we wanted to focus on. Okay, science has made it medicine so that we live longer, but how do we get the most out of every year? And that's what this product is about. It's about promoting active lifestyle, giving us energy and strength to do the things that we want and need to do, and vitality so that we feel good and we don't feel old. So that is really what we were going for when we were formulating this product with our experts. That's what we told them. We want these benefits. This is what we're looking for. And they came back to us with just a wide list of possibilities, and we zeroed in on the coolest ones. So I'll just go through this official definition. ASEA VIA LifeMax is an active lifestyle support supplement. It has 16 natural plant extracts, and I'm not going to, unfortunately, have time to go through all of them. I'm going to call out the cool ones that have been shown to prevent the signs of aging throughout the body. VIA LifeMax helps support a healthy inflammatory response and addresses cellular health from the inside out. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive in here. We're going to start out talking about the BioVia LifeMax complex, because this has got some really cool stuff in it. And this is where we put the most potent, the most beneficial of those plant extracts that I mentioned. So first, this has 3 elements. A patented pharmaceutical grade extract of astragalus and gotu-kola, that's a plant, that have been clinically shown to fight the visible signs of aging. It has a patented pomegranate extract with potent antioxidants. And this is different than what you've seen about pomegranate before, and I'll tell you how. And then it has a 100% bioactive melon extract with SOD. So SOD is superoxide dismutase. It is the strongest antioxidant that can be found in the human body. So a 100% bioactive extract that is standardized to 85 to 90%. And then it also has the rest of that, the 15 to 10% that remains as other antioxidants, including carotenoids, CoQ10, and others. So benefits of LifeMax, a long list. I think I counted 12. And you can see them here. Healthy, active lifestyle, first and foremost. This has nothing to do with athletic performance. This has to do with having the energy and the strength to do what you need to do every day and to feel good while you're doing it. Promotes longevity, supports cardiovascular health, Regulates healthy cellular division. So this is one that I want to kind of call back when I want to talk a little bit about how this ties into redox, because we really tried to make sure that we had some cool materials here for the redox labor. Promotes a normal inflammatory response. It supports the immune system, helps maintain healthy cognitive functions. This is a huge thing right now, brain health, and balances mood, antioxidant activity, supports eye health, which I think is a little bit random, but that's one of the things when you start to get older, you notice you can't see. When I hit 45, I noticed right away that my eyesight had changed significantly for the worse. Again, fights the outward signs of aging, and provides a nutritional foundation for vital functions of the body. So a lot of cool benefits. I'm really excited. No one's been on this product for more than about a week now, and I don't think that's enough time to really start to see some of the benefits. I'm excited for that. We're kind of starting to hear about them a little bit at the office already because we've had it for 2 days longer than everybody else. But here's the features page for everybody, just so you get that same glance, to make sure that people are willing to give the product a try based on their personal standards for products. And then let's go into key ingredients, because this is a lot of content. Okay, so I want to start out just talking about, now this is not the BioVia ingredients, this is some of the others, but this product contains 5 different mushroom extracts, and these mushrooms are all like in and of themselves like better than superfoods, but they've all been around for a little while. These are mostly mushrooms from traditional Chinese medicine. One of them, for example, at my first company that I worked at almost 20 years ago, we had one of these mushrooms. So they have been around a while. It doesn't mean they're not amazing. They are, but we wanted to amp it up and go the extra level. And so we found this really great ingredient complex. And what it is they take these mushrooms, and instead of growing them commercially on a soy matrix, or sometimes they do it in soil with cow manure, these are grown on a matrix composed of purple corn. So purple corn is a super grain. It has, you can see the dark color of it, and that's because it's packed full of polyphenols, which are bioflavonoids. It's a really strong category of antioxidants. So what happens is that these mushrooms are actually grown on a medium made up of this purple corn. Now, mushrooms by themselves already contain a lot of really great phytonutrients, a lot of things that are good for the human body, and they also contain, almost every one of them, a group of enzymes that renders all of these phytonutrients highly bioavailable. So mushrooms are a great way to get these different compounds that the body needs. What we've done is we've used mushrooms that are grown on this superfood, this corn matrix, and they actually absorb the polyphenols from the corn into the mushroom. So it's like double amping these mushrooms with nutrients and things that are good for the human body. This is a patented technology. These are highly, highly bioactive extracts that we have that are all standardized. So you can see down on this last bullet point, during the growth process, nutrients from the corn, including anthocyanins, those are the polyphenols, fats, amino acids, vitamins, and minerals are transferred from the corn to the mushroom, resulting in a highly absorbable phytonutrient-dense extract. So we have 5 of these mushrooms. Each one of them could be their own individual high-end expensive supplement. We have 5 of them in here. Incidentally, I had quite a few questions about corn at convention. So this is a hypoallergenic extract, and it is non-GMO. So you should be okay if you have a corn allergy. Generally, those are to the proteins in corns, and those do not get transferred from the corn into the mushrooms. So we don't have time to talk about all these mushrooms, but I did want to call out a couple of them. First, I want to talk about lion's mane, because it is truly amazing and has some really cool elements. It's been used for thousands of years. Again, the plain lion's mane, we have the amped up lion's mane, 70 plus bioactive compounds. Our version would have significantly more than that because it has the bioactives from the purple corn as well. This mushroom contains specific neurotrophic factors that have demonstrated the ability to induce nerve growth, an integral process in the maintenance of normal brain function. So this is where the brain health benefit comes from. It's a really, really cool ingredient. Other benefits of lion's mane include the following: enhanced brain function, it promotes cellular health, supports heart health and mood support, it's a potent antioxidant, helps support normal inflammatory response and immune function, and also supports digestive health. So this is just one of those 5. Really cool. And I actually think it looks really cool too. It kind of, you can see why they call it lion's mane, right? Okay, let's talk about another. This one is cordyceps. This has long been a favorite of mine, Cordyceps sinensis. Another mushroom from traditional Chinese medicine. It's been used for thousands of years, and it has a really interesting complex of enzymes and other compounds. So this one's really great for the body. This is one of the few plants that has been shown to increase VO2 max. For example, it helps your lungs absorb oxygen from the air you breathe better. So it actually does have some performance enhancing capacities. Also exhibits antioxidant properties, promotes a healthy inflammatory response, and supports cell health. Other benefits. Now this is interesting for those of you redox buffs that are listening. May boost exercise performance by facilitating the production of ATP in the mitochondria. So some clear linkages to our redox function. Helps mitigate the effects of aging, promotes, again, cellular health, helps maintain normal blood sugar levels, heart health, and again, supports healthy inflammatory response. You're going to see healthy inflammatory response a lot. That's a really big deal in human health right now. It's also key to aging. So everything we can do to control that is going to help us not look and feel and be older. All right, what makes Via Life Max unique? Here's where I want to call out these ingredients that are in the BioVia complex. And you can see the 3 of them below in the bullet points. A blend of astragalus and gotu kola, I'm counting that as 1. It's actually a patented blend that comes together. The pomegranate extract, and then a melon extract, French cantaloupe. Okay, we'll start out with this blend of astragalus, which is an adaptogen, and gotu kola. Again, history of use in traditional Chinese medicine for skin rejuvenation and enhancement. So you're going to see some cellular benefits here, but in the skin. It's made with a highly purified extract of astragalus and Centella asiatica, using a proprietary pharmaceutical extraction and processing technology. Now, this is a patent held by the ingredient inventor, but it is patented in the US, Taiwan, and China. I say that we're not going to give you the patent number. I don't think it's very relevant, but just so you know, we're not just grabbing what we can to make this look good. We are choosing high-end ingredients with clinical science that have been studied, they're safe, and they have actual benefits. So that's why I include that, just so you get a sense of the quality of these products. I'm going to show you some of the excerpts from the studies on this. Promotes the synthesis of collagen and hyaluronic acid in dermal and epidermal cells, and helps promote healthy collagen to mitigate the effect of UV damage in the skin. So this is it's kind of an illustration of what this group of ingredients actually does. You can see kind of as the skin ages, is in the stratum corneum, the top layer of the skin. Collagen is basically the structure of our skin. So as we age, that's what starts to break down. And that's the reason why we have lines and wrinkles and why skin starts to sag. So if you can cause that to repair itself, then you're going to get a significant benefit in the way your skin looks, which is part of what makes us look old. So here's a before and after. Again, this is from this ingredient. And this is a woman who was using this product orally, and she is ingesting it, which is very unusual versus a topical, right? Take a look at her crow's feet in particular. She's 80 years old. She used the product for 4 weeks. And you can see quite a difference in the depth. They actually measure those wrinkles. So you can kind of like, they will actually measure and get the percentage of improvement. You don't notice this as much, but look how much darker the dark spot is, kind of closer to our hairline. It's quite a bit lighter in the after picture. So pretty exciting. That's just an example. And again, that's just for, it has other benefits, but predominantly on the skin. So let's take a look at these other 2 ingredients in the BioVia complex. The next one is a patented pomegranate extract. Now, up until now, mostly what people talk about when they talk about pomegranate is ellagic acid. And you'll see that versus a juice, a supplement might be standardized for ellagic acid, which has a lot of really great benefits. However, this extract actually focuses on a different element of the pomegranate, and it's one that is just really emerging from the standpoint of research, the benefits of it. So we are standardizing to punicalagins versus ellagic acid. So punicalagins are easily absorbed and easily measured and their metabolites deliver an array, they and their metabolites deliver an array of antioxidant-related health benefits. Here's what's really shocking about this ingredient. This ingredient, when you take it, produces a 32% increase in antioxidant activity in the blood within 30 minutes. That is shocking. That's very, very unusual for a plant extract to do that, to work that quickly in the blood. And that's just an increase that happens early, right? In 30 minutes, that can increase as time passes. It's a very powerful antioxidant that supports cardiovascular health, a healthy glucose reaction, and cognitive function. It's also been shown to improve communication through the gut-brain barrier. Again, one of these ingredients with strong ties to cellular communication. Here's another cool thing. Effects have been shown to last up to 24 hours. Again, very atypical for a plant extract for a natural product. So this one is pretty exciting. At convention, I was telling the story of I was telling this story about my first job. I was traveling to Europe a lot, and our head formulator, our PhD, I think he was actually the chief science officer, pulled me aside and said, hey, listen, on those flights, you need to be taking a lot of, and then he named one of our products that was an antioxidant, because when you're up in the air above 30,000 feet for very long, you get exposed to a lot more of the radiation from the sun. It's really bad for you. And so you really just need to be pounding antioxidants when you're up in the air. And then he warned me, you need to take it 2 hours before you fly. Well, I was all for protecting myself, but I never remembered, oh, I wish I had this then, because I popped it in my mouth as I was boarding and had some immediate protection from all the extra radiation in the air from being at that altitude. So last one of these three that's in the BioVia complex that I want to talk about is a French cantaloupe extract. So this is really interesting because it's rich in SOD, again, superoxide dismutase, that is obtained from a non-GMO proprietary strain of cantaloupe melon. The SOD again is standardized. Again, this is the one that's 100% bioactive, standardized to 85 to 90% of the total antioxidant capacity. And then secondary antioxidants are carotenoids, CoQ10, and vitamin C and E. So this one also patented in its delivery system. It's a microencapsulation process that they encapsulate it in so that it is safe in the body until it gets to the place where it needs to go. So pretty exciting stuff. Again, these, it's interesting when you look around the industry, a lot of the same kinds of things are out there, but we really have evolved and become so much more sophisticated in our ability to provide extracts that are both natural and plant-based and that are more accessible to the human body. So in addition to the BioVia LifeMax complex and all these other cool ingredients that I've mentioned, the mushrooms, this product also contains broccoli extract that is standardized to indole-3 carbinol, which is a really great ingredient for healthy inflammatory response, detoxification, and oxidative stress reduction. Incidentally, I3C was around years ago, but it was never stable. And so, again, this ingredient's come a long way now. We have a stable form of it that stays shelf stable and works in the body. Turmeric root extract, standardized to curcuminoids, which is really hot right now. I just got back from a Costco run with my son, and they have no less than 3 versions of a product like this at Costco right now. I would never take that product, but I would take this one. Anyway, protects cells, supports healthy inflammatory response, and healthy cholesterol levels. And then a muscadine grape extract. Again, this is standardized to resveratrol, which is a high-end antioxidant, comes from, the French get it in red wine. Muscadine grape is the more potent source of it that helps to support healthy cell growth, inflammatory response, et cetera. So this product, again, a 90 capsule bottle. And it also should be taken 3 capsules a day. And again, how you take that, can be different from person to person. I'll stress the most important thing is to get all 3 capsules in. You could take 2 in the morning with a meal and 1 in the evening. You could take them all in the morning. You could take them all in the evening. It really depends on how you take supplements best. For people without ongoing issues, I would probably recommend 2 in the morning and 1 in the evening. However, you're welcome to take 3 in the evening. And that's actually what we recommend on the label. We may change that as time goes on, but the most important thing is to take 3 a day and to take them every day so that your body can build on the benefits that they're providing over time. The longer you're on them, the more benefits you'll reap. So that's it for me on slides. I hope I've answered a lot of the questions that have already come in. I've been watching, kind of seeing hands go up and other questions arising. So I'll go ahead and end there.
Yes, thank you so much, Becky.
Absolutely.
I certainly appreciate all your time tonight and all the time you put into creating this presentation for both the launch on Thursday afternoon as well as the breakout sessions at convention.